Sam is unfortunately somebody that's probably pissed off at a lot of people. And I don't think he's going to have a ton of people that are going to be too friendly to him. He may make some friends just on charm. I hope that he doesn't get sort of, seen as somebody that can be extorted, basically. There's some presumption that he's got a lot of money or his parents have a lot of money or something like that. And it's not uncommon for somebody to sort of, it certainly didn't happen to me, but, again, I come from the Albanian community, which is a very rough and tumble place. I come from the sort of streets of Brooklyn and a very sort of modest neighborhood. I have some credibility. Sam's going to probably be accosted by people who want money from him.
As you may already know, Sam Bankman-Fried, the former CEO of the popular crypto exchange FTX, has been arrested on serious charges related to wire fraud, securities fraud, and money laundering filed by the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York. He's also facing charges from the U.S. SEC for violating securities law. Martin Shkreli, who was himself a former pharma executive and was supposed to spend around 4 years in prison for securities fraud but got out early, has now offered a fairly comprehensive primer on navigating the treacherous ins and outs of the U.S. prison system to Sam Bankman-Fried. According to Shkreli, Sam Bankman-Fried is not exactly a person who fits into prison. He believes that Bankman-Fried's appearance and demeanor will make him a target for other inmates. To protect himself, Shkreli recommends that Bankman-Fried shave his head and try to deepen his voice to overcome his effeminate persona. He also suggests that Bankman-Fried attempts to pick up pointers on prison culture by listening to as much rap music as possible, as it is an important aspect of prison culture and may help him understand the social dynamics of prison life. Additionally, Shkreli advises Bankman-Fried to try to glean information on gangs and the tough neighborhoods in major U.S. cities, as this knowledge could be crucial in helping him navigate the prison system safely. On a more somber note, Shkreli notes that these guidelines could save Bankman-Fried's life, and it's important to remember that prison can be a dangerous place, especially for those who are not prepared. He emphasizes the importance of understanding the prison culture and the importance of being aware of one's surroundings at all times. Before we dive into the details of how Martin Shkreli is helping Sam Bankman-Fried to navigate the treacherous ins and outs of the U.S. prison system, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave your comments below.
Sam's general, and I hope this doesn't sound like sexist or like not very normative or PC, but Sam isn't exactly going to be somebody that fits into prison. My advice for him includes shaving his head. My advice for him includes deepening his voice. He speaks in a sort of, and again, I would normally not judge somebody this way unless the context of prison, which is a very testosterone-filled, masculine place, it's very difficult. There are plenty of prisoners who are trans who get by just fine in prison. I defended one trans prisoner and vouched for them in many ways and helped not protect them, so to speak, but sort of vouch for them as somebody that should be accepted. Sam is going to have a lot of issues because he's a bit of an effeminate guy, and his sort of demeanor, some people say autistic sort of sense or sensibility, is not something that goes over well in prison. People sort of expect you to be direct. They expect you to be very assertive. If you're not, it's seen as weak. You have to be quick on the uptake with sort of responses. If people get the sense that they can pick on you, they will pick on you, and it's going to be very hard for him to sort of adjust to that sort of lifestyle. He also doesn't know anything about the streets and sort of criminal culture, which my advice to him is to pick those things up as quickly as he can. He should be listening to as much rap music as possible. He should be trying to learn everything there is to know about gangs, about the tough neighborhoods in every major city. This sounds funny, but this could save your life. My suggestion to him is that he rebrands himself quite a bit. In fact, he probably should no longer say that he's from Stanford or something like that. He can say that he's from Oakland. And I think people would rather hear him lie than hear the truth. Even if they know it's a bit of a lie, he should probably start to reinvent his background in history, because the rich white kid from a good neighborhood, that story doesn't sound great. Even if it's a little less believable, people will kind of believe this. Okay, well, I came from Oakland, then I went to MIT and I made it out of the hood. And that sounds a little fishy, but it's a decent story. And I think it'll work a lot better for him. And he can meet other prisoners who are from where he's from, and they can kind of affiliate over that. And I think he, may be in a good condition there. I was able to affiliate with virtually anyone from New York City because I know every neighborhood in New York City. I've been around. And when you can mention specific streets, that's the like credibility, little things like that where you say, oh yes, I've been to Nostrand Avenue. I know this chicken spot there. Everyone sort of says, oh, he's one of us. Okay. But if you're like, well, I went to private school, this and that, you need people to be on your team. And, it's hard to be authentic, but also be, sort of in this space where, you're making a lot of friends, and friends can really go a long way in prison. And I think that, if Sam's smart, he can survive. Again, those penitentiaries with life sentences, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I don't wish it on Sam, no matter what he's done. It's not a way to live. It's barely life at all. And I think that, from what I've heard, he wouldn't be surviving there very long.
The former CEO of FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, is currently out on a $250 million bond secured via an equity stake in his parents' house as court proceedings continue. However, recent court documents reveal that there is more to the story than just his arrest and the legal proceedings. It appears that Bankman-Fried borrowed hundreds of millions of dollars from Alameda, a crypto trading arm, to purchase shares of the popular trading platform Robinhood. These shares were then used as collateral for a loan from Alameda. The shares are now worth around $450 million, and their ownership is currently being contested by FTX's current management, the defunct exchange's creditor Antigua, and the crypto lender BlockFi. This reveals a complex web of financial transactions and raises questions about the legality of these actions. It also highlights the potential consequences of the collapse of FTX and Alameda Research, which had an undisclosed synergetic relationship with commingled funds. The fact that these shares, worth such a significant amount of money, were used in this way adds a layer of complexity to an already complicated case. It will be interesting to see how this plays out in court and who ultimately ends up with ownership of these shares. As the drama around one of the biggest corporate frauds in U.S. history unfolds in and out of court, we continue to get additional information. It will be interesting to see how Sam Bankman-Fried will fare in prison and whether he will be able to survive by following Martin Shkreli's advice. We will keep you updated on this story as more information becomes available.
Today's episode is sponsored by iTrust Capital, the #1 crypto IRA platform in America. We allow you to invest in your favorite cryptocurrencies without worrying about taxes. That's right. iTrust Capital allows you to buy and sell your favorite cryptocurrencies completely tax-free. That means if you invest $10,000 into Cardano and it grows to $100,000, all of your profits are tax-free. Why is it tax-free? We took the existing retirement account industry and flipped it on its head. Instead of boring stocks and bonds, you can invest in crypto. How is it secured? Through Coinbase Custody, one of the leading cold storage providers with a $320 million insurance policy to protect against theft, hacks, and loss of funds. Roll over your existing retirement account, or even start a new one from scratch. Questions? Schedule a free call with one of our crypto retirement account specialists, and they can help you discuss your options. Start your crypto IRA today and retire early, only at iTrust Capital. Click the link in the description to open a free account now.
In the meantime, do well to like this video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for future updates. Thanks for watching.